Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on this ongoing trend where there are some, I ain't gonna just say women, I feel like there's probably some dudes out there too that trip about stuff like this. And it trips me out because I'm like, I don't know what it has, like how it has anything to do with you, how it affects your day to day life, whatever the situation is. It confuses the life out of me. But why do some people, hate gamers? I'm saying, like, the thing is this: I've been playing video games just about my whole life. Like, I've been playing video games. I probably started when I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. And so, backstory: me and my family, we had lived in Rainier for a little bit with my grandfather. So that was like some of my earliest memories playing the Nintendo 64 over at his house. And so fast forward, I think it was my fifth birthday. It was either my fifth or sixth birthday. Well, it's between the ages of 5 to 7. I can't remember exactly when, but I remember going to Blockbusters, getting the Scooby-Doo mystery machine card thing. Did come with some action figures. It might have came with some action figures. If not, then yeah, I just got that. But anyways, went to Blockbusters, got that, rented out a VHS movie because that's how old I am. But anyways, I remember coming back home because again, it's my birthday. Coming back home, and my dad had like this bag, and so I was like, okay, it's a decent sized bag. It's my birthday. I think I'm at a old enough age between the ages of 5 to 7 where no, I think I was 5. I think I was 5 when I got the PlayStation 2 because I think by the time when I was 7, I already had a gang of games for the PlayStation 2. So I think I was 5. But anyways. But I remember him opening opening up the bag. He gave me my PlayStation 2. He gave me this video game that I was so happy. It was funny because yesterday was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? It was sometime this week, but it has been 1 year since I found out about this retro game store, and that was one of the games that they had, and it was the very first PlayStation 2 game that I ever owned, but Tokyo Extreme Racer Zero. Fam, the amount of times and just hours and days I was playing that game, I'm telling you, like, I'm so happy of the fact that the game, it's not re-releasing, but they coming out with a newer version of it next week. So you best believe I will be playing it next week. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, fam, it's just gaming has been a part of my life for so many years. I'm like, I would find it very hard unless like video games stress me out to the point where I just don't even want to play it no more. But overall though, it's like, yeah, my thing is this: if I find a good video game, because there's this one game that I've been playing a lot of, it's a space game, and I actually think that is decent, but it's this game called Astrox Imperium. It's like this indie game, and I'm like, fam, game's fun, but I've been looking for a good space game for a minute now, and I finally found one, and I'm like, yeah, this game's solid. But anyways, but no, overall though, like, it wasn't, what was it? Was it on Facebook, or it was on one of those like because Facebook got like their own little dating service thing. So I was kind of on there for a little bit, but I ended up last night, I deleted all that crap because I was like, dating apps, it's just as toxic as social media. And I'm like, I don't really like being involved in the toxic side of the internet. And I'm like, yeah, dating apps, I just don't. Yeah, there's some good that comes out of it, but overall, I'm like, nah, I'm done with the dating app scene. I'm like, I ain't gonna fool with that stuff no more. But anyways, but no, there was one woman that I seen where she was, I think it was Facebook, but she was all like, don't message me or like swipe left on me if you play video games. And I'm thinking to myself, fam, if you sit down and think about it, let's just weigh this out, right? Would you rather have it where I'm out because I'm saying, like, if I'm not playing video games, then I'm outside, I'm doing a bunch of different activities, right? And my thing is this: I imagine that she's probably not going to want to go with me with all these said activities that I be doing. And I imagine that if she gets the idea and she starts overthinking, if there is a part of her that doesn't trust me, do you think she's gonna be wanting me in the indoors? All right, let's just weigh out two options: indoors, locked in on a video game, honestly giving her attention. That's one thing about it. Like, when I do play video games, I always put video games second and leave space for if something major happens. Then I'm like, okay, then I need to tend to that first and then tend to these video games afterwards and stuff. But yeah, it's like I'm not one of those gamers where I'm like, no, I gotta do this, like I gotta play this game, or I gotta get involved and do, like, no, I'm like, my thing is this, I'm like, I more so play it because it's a part of my career. I'm a content creator, I have to play video games. I literally have a whole gaming channel and a Twitch channel where it's just based off of me playing video games. So it's stuff like that I just find like mad weird. It's like you could say that and still it'll be on some stuff like, I don't want you playing video games, but I'm like, but I could do anything else internet related, but I just can't play video games. That just don't even make no sense. And I'm like, and that's the thing where I'm gonna explain video games to, I guess, a non-video game player, because I feel like people just need to understand. But anyways, yeah, let's lay out them two options. Me at home playing video games where you can watch me and you know that I'm not gonna be doing nothing crazy. So I'm like, overall, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't never heard nobody cheating through an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Nintendo Switch, their Steam account. If they go through that extensive troubles to cheat, then they're not cut out for relationships. And I'm like, maybe that is the case where her significant others then cheated on her through video games, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. They done created a whole new challenge or something. I'm like, that to me, I find that weird. But overall though, that's not me. I'm like, when I play video games, the thing is this, nowadays, back then, yeah, when I play video games, I played it for the fun, for the fun of it. Now when I play video games, I play it because I'm like, okay, I need to get a video done for the day, or I need to test this game out and do a review video on it, or I need to post a TikTok. Well, TikTok's shutting down, so now I'm gonna have to like transfer over to Instagram and stuff. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, yeah, I have my reasons on why I play video games. I'm not just out there just playing them just to be playing them. I used to, and there are at times where I be wanting to do that, but I just can't think of a video game that I can play where I'm just sitting down playing it and I'm not doing no content creating related stuff. But anyways, but yeah, so overall, the one option, me at home playing the video games where you like, overall, you ain't gotta worry about me doing no shady stuff, none of that. Or the second option, oh, I'm going out. Where are you going? I'm going out. It's like, okay, can you at least tell me where you're going? I'm going to the mall. It's like, well, I want to come with you. Nah, I ain't gonna be there for that long. It's like, I'm just going there to, and it's like, and I could be on some stuff where I am just actually going to the mall just to get some shoes, or I just want, some me time or something. But my thing is this, I feel like in this day and age, you really don't know what you're getting into when you get into a relationship. So the thing is this, you might get a person that is acceptable of your me time, but then you might get another person where they're not acceptable of your me time. And I feel like everybody in a relationship needs their me time. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you do your thing, and I'm going to be in the cuts playing a video game. Why is that a problem? Like, and that's the thing where I'm all like, I don't see how that would be an issue. It's like, okay, if we have a day to ourselves playing, or not playing video games, but overall, like, day to ourselves where we just have me time, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and not do nothing? I'm saying, like, that's why I be playing video games. Like, and I guess if I wasn't a content creator, then yeah, I would just be sitting around just playing video games just for the fun of it and stuff. But I'm like, my thing is that but like I said, if I'm just, you have your time of where you're doing whatever it is that you want to get into, but I can't play video games because you don't like it, does that make any sense? Is that a healthy relationship? I feel my thing is this, because that's something where it's like, I guess to get into my, I ain't no licensed counselor or, like them relationship advice type people and things, but I've had my fair shares of moments where I gave out some relationship advice. But my thing is this, that doesn't sound like a healthy relationship where it's like you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And that's the thing where I'm like, if I ever were to get in a relationship like that where she hated the fact that I play video games, I will purposely go out of my way and find something that she's highly into. I'm like, nah, I don't want you doing that no more. And I'm like, it ain't got nothing to do with me playing video games. That just like, okay, let's say if she's into makeup or something, or into fashion, or I'm trying to think of something else. I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe making music or something. And I'm like, nah, fam. I'm like, I don't like musicians. I just don't, okay, maybe not musicians, because I'm like, that would be kind of hard. Excuse me, and I'd be listening to music, so I don't know. But overall though, it's like, yeah, it's like whatever it is that she gets into, I'm like, fam, how would that make you feel if somebody, if you get into a relationship and they telling you can't do that no more? So yeah, let's just use makeup as an example. They're like, oh no, I don't like when girls wear a whole lot of makeup. I want her to, just be natural. I don't want her going out and about wearing no lipstick, no mascara, no face, I feel like they use face cream or something. I don't know, but anyways, but it's like, nah, you can't be doing that. And I feel like for a moment it's gonna be acceptable, but then eventually I feel like that if that's what she's about, if she's about like, oh, I like to try on just different types of makeup and things, do you honestly think something that brings you peace, like, okay, now let's just weigh out this scale, just you weigh this scenario out. I don't know why I was about to say scale. I did say scale, but let's just weigh out this scenario, right? You're into makeup, okay? And yeah, there's that makeup store, Sephora. I spent a decent amount of minutes inside of a Sephora before, and it was like, yeah, I remember I was hanging out with a friend of mine's, and she wanted to go in there and look for some makeup, and I was like, all right, I ain't never been inside of a Sephora. I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead, check it out, see what it's all about. Maybe there's something here that I can report back to people and things. But anyways. So I go in there and I'm like, fam, it ain't no different than if you change out the scenery inside of a Sephora and you put a bunch of different video games, it's literally the same type of people. It is people that is interested in the stuff inside this store. So anyways, but yeah, let's say, yeah, you've been into makeup like since you were a kid. It's like you always were a fan of makeup. You always loved messing around with makeup, seeing what different, like you even made some makeup yourself. Yeah, I guess if let's just use content creating as an example or something. But yeah, it's like, you got like some brands that you're a fan of. Like it's just your whole life is, maybe not your whole life, but there's like a part of your life that it's like it, just overall revolves around makeup. And then you get into a relationship with me and I'm like, nah, that makeup stuff gotta stop. I'm not into makeup. I'm not trying to have it where you give me a hug, my clothes is all messed up, or I'm constantly having to clean your pillowcase because I'm seeing a whole rainbow going across it and stuff. What else? Or there's times where I'm out and about minding my own business and you talking about this new makeup kit from Kim Kardashian just dropped. Can I go get it for you and stuff? No, I ain't gonna be doing all of that. So that I'm like, the makeup stuff gotta go. I guarantee and I promise you that relationship's not gonna last. It's not gonna last when you're making demands like that. I'm like, fam, because I'm like, at the end of the day, and that's just even asking myself, because I'm like, I don't care about makeup. There's stuff like that. I don't actually, there's things where it's a lot of things that I don't care about. It's going to take a lot, I guess, for me to, I guess, question something. But anyways, but yeah, makeup, I'm like, stuff like that, it don't matter to me. I probably would support her on her makeup journey. I'm like, fam, I'm like, so I guarantee and I promise you, I'll be inside of a Sephora and I'm like, fam, I done went through every aisle. I done asked every single worker in here, are you sure it's at this Sephora? Because I'm like, when we went to that other one across town, that one had a lot more options. I'm like, this one don't really have a whole lot. Like, I'm paying attention to stuff. Like, I'm supportive of whatever it is that you got going on. And I'm like, my thing is this. That's what makes a relationship like overall better. I'm like, it makes it like a healthy relationship. I'm not saying that you gotta sit down and watch me play video games and overall, like, yeah, go out and buy. I'm like, fam, I will watch myself play video games. I'll go out and support my own dreams and goals and accomplishments with video games. You ain't gotta do nothing. But my thing is this, all I ask for is for you to respect it. All right, that's it. That's all that I ask for. Because the thing is this, right? With video games, I feel like video games cause, like, if it's a good video game, I'm not saying like one of those games where it's like, oh, it's like a popular game, like, oh, it's Call of Duty or whatever. No. I'm saying it's a good video game that brings back like just a certain time period, because like recently when shopping at this retro game store and all the different games I done found there, fam, I'm telling you, there's games that I didn't even get a chance to experience when they were like popular, but I'm getting a chance to experience them now. And then there's games that I did get a chance to experience, but sadly I fell for the GameStop's trick where I sold pretty much my whole like just arsenal of video games so I could get $20 cash, $30 in-store credit. But anyways, So, no, I wanted to talk on one video game where it's funny because I hated that game so much when I very first played it, but it ended up being one of my all-time favorite video games. Like, somebody was asking me about it. Yeah, it was this streamer that I rated out to. She asked me what was like my all-time favorite racing game, and I said Forza Motorsport 3. Now, let me just talk about Forza Motorsport 3 real quick. Let me just gas up that game because, in my opinion, that's one of the best racing games of all time. You cannot tell me that game it's like not in the top 5. At least for me, it's in the top 5, all right? But Forza Motorsport 3, when that game very first came out, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what it was. I never heard of it. So a friend of mine that was really into Forza at the time, he let me borrow it. Hated the game. I was like, what is this? Why are the cars slow? I'm like, this isn't like Midnight Club. This isn't like the games that I've played growing up. This game is stupid. I don't like this game. But eventually, I sat down and I was like, you know what? Let me give it another chance. And it's funny how it's like that with some video games. Like, I'll do that, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just give it a chance. I might end up liking it, and then next thing you know, fam, I was playing that game so much. I was actually thinking, I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, I wonder, I'm like, do I have, because I'm like, I'm like, my friend ain't gonna let me buy it, because this might be his only copy. So it's like, he ain't gonna let me buy this game off of him if he's playing it too. So I'm like, dang, man. I'm like, what could I possibly, I'm like, because I know I gotta get this game back. I'm like, friends, they be on like Blockbuster's time. It's like, you gotta give this game back. So I'm like, dang, bro. Gave the game back. But then that's when I was like, okay, let me see what games I can trade in so I could get Forza Motorsport 3 myself. I ended up getting it. Then that's when I remember him telling me that, because Forza Motorsport 4 is just like 3. So I remember him telling me that 4 was getting ready to come out. So yeah, played 4. 4 was amazing. I have to say though that 3 is still my favorite because I'm like, yeah, that was my first time actually getting a chance to experience 3. But after that, I ended up becoming a Forza fan. I'm telling you, like, there were nights. I remember there was one night where it was like a 20 lap race in that game. I did a good majority of the laps. I went to sleep, woke up just so I could play the game. I was just like, no, I'm going to take me a break. I'm going to take me a little nap. But I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go right back to playing this game. Bruh, my thing is this. Do you know how dedicated you have to be to a video game to where you're taking a nap and then you're coming back to it just so you can continue where you last left off at? That's what a video game does for a person. The thing is this, it's like there's been times where I have been stressed, I have been depressed, I have been out of it, I have been like overall just like straight up losing my mind. Okay, like life be lifing at times. And my thing is this, if there is a video game that is out and it is good and I can sit down and dump a bunch of different hours into it. I'm saying, like, you got games like The Division, you got games like Destiny, you got Forza, you got Grand Theft Auto. I'm trying to think of some other video games I've dumped a lot of hours into and stuff. I'm saying, like, you got like so many different video games out there where it's like it does something for you. And just explaining that to a non-gamer, it's like, think of that one thing that brings you joy and happiness. Like, I remember there was a friend of mine at my job. He always would tease me about playing video games. I'm like, fam, I'm making money off of playing video games. What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, there's people out there that ain't doing nothing. And it's like, yeah, they just sitting around just playing it and they ain't got no real goals in life. But I'm like, fam, at least with me, I found something that, I found a positive within the lifestyle of playing video games. But yeah, he always would tease me about playing video games. I'm like, bro, I ain't hearing you. I'm still gonna go to GameStops after work and buy whatever video game that I want to buy and stuff. So, but anyways, but no, that's one thing that he likes doing is riding bikes and stuff, like motorcycles and things. And I'm like, okay, so I guess for somebody like that, or for somebody that likes to travel, or for somebody that likes to go hiking, or for somebody that's into makeup, or for somebody that's into singing, whatever it is. My thing is this, video games ain't no different, all right? Yeah, you might look at that person and think like, oh, they're not doing anything productive with their life. And I'm like, they are though. goal. I'm like, yeah, my thing is this. Yeah, if you don't have like no goals or nothing, like, so like, let's say for an example, there is a guy that you, guy or girl, whoever, but there is somebody that you do meet and they're lazy. They're a bum. They're overall like you're trying to like, hey, you need to go out and get a job. They're like, no, I just want to play the game. I don't want to work. And it's like, what you mean you don't want to work? You 20 something years old. You got no choice but to work. I'm saying my thing is this, if you ain't working and then something happens to me, how do you think you're going to take care of this place? I'm like, I'll just go and ask money from people. Nah. Because I'm like, then how you going to pay them people back? And it's all like, oh, well, I'll ask somebody else for money and then pay them back with that. I'm like, that's doing too much versus just going out and getting a job. And it's like, well, I don't want to work. I just want to be at home and just play the game. Can't do that. I'm like, can't do that at all. I'm like, there's a friend of mine's where it wasn't so much with video games, but it was with something where it's like the guy was like, he pretty much was like, oh, no, I don't want to do nothing else besides that. And I'm like, fam, that ain't going to work unless you actually making some sort of money off of it, then okay. But if not, and it's like, fam, you don't even want it. This, like, the thing is this, because it's like, I guess for that person, it's all like, oh, I don't want to work, but you very well can make money off of playing video games. I'm like, there's Twitch streaming, there's TikTok streaming, and then just overall posting TikToks, although TikTok is shutting down, but I guess if you live outside of the United States, there's that option. There's Instagram, there's YouTube. There are so many different places where you can post your gaming content. Fam, you gotta do something. But if you ain't trying to do nothing, then you're the reason why there's people out there that be talking about on dating platforms and stuff all like, oh nah, I don't want you, I don't want whoever it is that matches with me playing video games and stuff. So yeah, I'm like, people, my thing is this, all right? If you're making money or whatever the situation is, and you just play video games just for the fun of it, just it relieves the stress and all that stuff, then okay, cool. But if you being a lazy bum and you playing video games and you ain't trying to do nothing productive with your life, then I'm like, yeah, that's the problem right there. I'm like, you're the problem. So but yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with playing video games. I just think if you doing something negative with it, then yeah. But it's like if it's like something that, like let's say video games has always been a stress reliever. Like you can play a racing game, a shooting game, whatever it is, and it just helps you out with whatever it is that you're going through. Then yeah, you chilling. But yeah, if you're using it for the negative reasons, like you just want to be lazy or whatever the situation is, then it's like, yeah, bro. Like, because I do remember it was like an old podcast episode that I did where the one guy, he was addicted to playing video games. And yeah, video game addiction, I'm like, yeah, bro, if you got an addiction, like you out here playing it and you ain't trying to do like nothing, you missing work, you missing hanging out like with friends, you like all these different things that you got going on, then I'm like, yeah, bro, then I'm like, it's one of those things where you gonna have to work on that. But no, overall though, his wife, I think it was either his girlfriend or his wife, but she got on him about playing video games. So he was like, all right, I'm gonna stop. Or no, actually, it was either one of the two things that happened. But it's either he said he was gonna stop and then he got caught later on that night. But I think what had happened was that, so she approached him about it. He got mad, hit her. Then he realized his mistake and he was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna touch a video game again. Later on that night, he's back playing video games. Now that's a problem. I'm like, it's stuff like that where I'm all like, if you crashing out that bad over video games, then yeah, bro, you don't need to be playing video games. I'm like, you need to find some sort of help or something. But anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.